Well, for the first time in the entirety of this series, I feel like I can ask you this question legitimately. Well, I mean, I know the answer because we have a list of the films that the other person hasn't seen, but less ridiculously, slightly less rhetorically, the 1968 iconic Jack Lemmon, Walter Matthau, The Odd Couple. Have you seen it?
No.
Here we go.
Yee.
I have so many questions.
I'm so happy.
That's question number one.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, that's question number one.
I didn't.
Feels good?
I didn't jump once.
No?
I didn't feel scared or creeped out or worried about a jump scare.
Now, again, don't get me wrong. There will be at some point in our future another horror film or two. But
Screw you.
But I have agreed, let's let this breathe for a little bit.
You don't want to beat a dead horse.
We're gonna play around with
Let the horse get some life back.
Yeah, we're gonna play around with
Let the horse get up off the ground. And
we're gonna play around
around
with some comedy for a little bit. There might be a biopic or two that pops up. There might be some porno. No, probably not. But
that would be weird.
But there's well, you had me watch Conan. You had me watch an orgy.
That was pretty bad.
That was listen, out of everything we have watched, none of my films that I've made you watch have contained sex scenes.
Yeah.
Or nudity. Out of the films you've had me watch, we've got Lucky number 11.
Yeah.
Had some doggy style.
Yeah.
Conan had some orgy.
Had a lot of stuff.
Was there? I feel like there was a third one that had some nudity or a sex scene in it, but I can't remember now.
Men in Tights has some suggestive jokes.
Yeah, I don't.
But nothing explicit.
Maybe it's just the two.
Oh, you see.
But I mean, an orgy feels like it counts for more than one sex scene.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. You get to see.
Are there boobs in that?
No. You get to see.
His butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So far, I mean, here's the thing. I feel like if you show me 8 films, let's say we reach the point where you've shown me 8 films that have some nudity in it, and I haven't shown you any films with any nudity in it, at that point, if I want to play catch up, hardcore porn, like that's my only saving grace at that point.
I mean,
for the record,
I
don't
have
intend
a limit.
to.
There's a line that we don't want to. There's a line that Pete won't let us cross. There's a line that my wife and I don't want to cross.
But here's the thing, and this is the first time I've ever said this with a smile on my face. Your wife doesn't listen to the podcast.
No.
Hello and welcome to the Movie Men podcast.
It's on the podcast, and we're the B team. But if we watch porno, we won't be any team.
Yeah, we're not gonna watch porn. I do have a movie that I plan on showing you that has a hell of a lot more nudity than anything you've shown me up until this point.
Like Uncomfortably So? Uncomfortable for Me So?
Well, no, here's the thing. A lot of nudity, but crucial to the story, right? Like makes sense in the, so yeah. Anyways, The Odd Couple. A movie that I had talked about.
Who are you?
I'm Brady.
Oh.
Or
I'm Carl.
Felix Unger. You're Oscar Madison.
Is that how this goes?
A movie that I had talked about, I had kind of teased last week, and if you're listening to this episode and you are up to date on your Movie Men trivia, this is something I've referenced before in the past. I've talked about this in the past. Brianne and I had a cat like 5 years ago that we had to put down 3 days after his first birthday. Now, I know you're not a cat person, but even you can go 3 days after the first birthday.
The devil got one of his own
that
back.
sucks. That really, no, come on. 3 days after the first birthday for any pet, that sucks.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's heartbreaking. His name was Felix, and he was a tuxedo cat. He was black and white, and everyone would go, "Oh, Felix a cat," and we were like, "No." That cat's name was. We just called him Felix, but that cat's name was Felix Unger. And this cat that we have now, Oscar, is Oscar Madison. Not named after Oscar the Grouch, not named after the hot dog. He is Oscar Madison. So I have had two cats, both named after the two titular characters in The Odd Couple.
Right.
Just to give you a little bit of background on like how, not necessarily how important this film is to me, but like how much I like and just by virtue of the fact, we'll get into initial impressions in a second, but just by virtue of the fact that it's Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau.
Yeah.
The grumpy old men out to sea. Listen, these are two men, and this film is the perfect evidence of this while you're watching it. If you have any takeaway from this film, it is that these two, in their acting careers, were meant to find each other. They made a total of 10 films together. They starred in 10 films together. And so they are the Bonnie and Clyde. They are the Abbott and Costello, and it is also one of those stories, much like Johnny Cash and June Cash Carter, where one of them passed away, and a couple of months later, so did the other one. And it's like, yeah, you can read all you want into like, the will to live or, whatever else. But I like to look at that and go, the world didn't make sense with just one of them. Like it just didn't, it wasn't right. It wasn't right. I'm pretty sure, did I not? I showed you the Grumpy Old Men movies.
No, I've seen them.
Oh, had you previously? Yeah. But we've definitely watched them together.
We've watched at least one of them.
I think maybe you had only seen the first one, and maybe we watched the first one, and then I showed you the second one.
Grumpy Old Men and Grumpier Old Men.
Yeah.
And I thought this is almost first impressions, but not quite. So I'll get into it. But I thought there was, because you had like
we made the list.
The list. Yeah. Like a couple of those Walter Matthau and these films were on there.
Yeah.
And I knew I'd seen Grumpy and Grumpier Old Men.
Yeah. Which is Max Goldman and John Gustafson are the characters they play in that.
And I thought, I mean, because the characters they play in the films are fairly they're right? Like there's differences, but not straight. Like they're two guys who are usually diametrically opposed but best friends.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I would say in this one
that conflict of being opposition in personality and
yeah, I would say in this one,
being
like,
friends is what makes the comedy gold.
Walter Matthau's character in this is more similar to a lot of the characters he plays than Jack Lemmon's is.
Yeah,
right. Like, yes, the dynamic between them is similar, like it's a rinse and repeat thing, but that's fine because it works.
Yeah. I'm not bashing it when I say
Jack
that.
Lemmon's is a unique in the sense that he is a hypochondriac, neurotic, OCD basket case. Right? Like it's quite a character.
Yeah.
Right, that he plays. Everything from the trying to clean his sinuses to the back spasms to the obsessive cleaning. Okay, but anyway, initial impressions.
I've seen the Grumpier Old Men's. I thought I had maybe seen
This?
The Odd Couple. Definitely have not seen Odd Couple. Maybe I've seen, when I was really young, when my parents rented Odd Couple 2.
Right.
There is a second one.
There is. Came out in 97 or 98.
Maybe that's the one I remember clips of when I was younger. Right. But I would still say I haven't seen both of them.
Right.
It's kind of like there was a film I made you watch. I think it was maybe Robin Hood, one of the Robin Hoods.
Yes,
you said,
Prince and
I
Thieves.
think I might have, but
I had seen bits,
but it's so long ago, or you were so young.
It was all
for
fresh.
the most part, you pretty much never saw.
Yeah.
It.
I recognized the second I saw Little John, I was like, oh, that's. I know that like a memory was triggered, but the rest was fresh. Well, so in 2 weeks, by the way, you will watch Odd Couple 2.
Yay! We'll see if that triggers memory.
Which is set.
This one didn't trigger.
Which
anything.
is set 30 years later,
right?
In 1998.
Nice.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
Because they are the age that they are in Grumpy Old Men. Mm-hmm. But so, anyways, initial impressions. Okay. So this, a little bit of background on this movie. Okay. So this is, the screenplay is done by Neil Simon. Now, is that a name that rings a bell for you?
No.
So Neil Simon is a famous mid-20th century playwright.
If you say so.
Did The Odd Couple, did a wonderful play that I've been a part of a production of in the past called Rumors, just a comedic playwright.
Sure.
Revered playwright.
Okay.
And so this is based off of a play, based off of a stage production that he did. I think a Broadway production, maybe. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. What's interesting is in the play version, which obviously precedes the film, Walter Matthau plays Oscar Madison.
Oh, really?
Now, Jack Lemmon doesn't play Felix. But so they carried his casting over because it just, I don't know, worked and made sense. Then from this movie, there was a TV show, a television series that started in 1970 and ran until 1975. So they did 5 seasons. Neither of them reprised their role for this, right? They're just they're too big.
They're big screen actors.
They're not television actors.
Yeah. And at this time, usually if you're making it on the big screen, you don't do TV.
Yeah, and I mean, I haven't read up on it. I would assume that there was some sort of discussion. I assume that maybe they were asked. I would assume they were asked and maybe didn't say no or couldn't reach a financial agreement or, thought, hey, we don't want to overdo this. Like we made something really great and we don't want to beat this over the head with it. Now, there was a revival of The Odd Couple in 2015. Do you know about this?
No.
So in 2015 to 2017, there was an updated set in modern day Odd Couple television series.
Okay.
A gentleman named Thomas Lennon played Felix Unger. Oscar Madison was played by Matthew Perry, Chandler from Friends.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I haven't seen any of it. I love The Odd Couple. I love Matthew Perry. But to me, The Odd Couple is Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, right?
Can't beat the OG.
We have sitting across from us right now, just to kind of paint the picture of what a fanboy I am, we have a framed, autographed portrait of Jack Lemmon. No, not Jack Lemmon. Walter Matthau.
Do you even know who that is?
So the reason why
I
reason why I said Jack Lemmon is because what I was going to say next. So I have 3 framed autographs. Jack Lemmon, not Jack Lemmon. Walter Matthau, Dick Van Dyke, and Tim Conway. And they were all given to me for Christmases from my mother. And the reason why I said Jack Lemmon is because what I was going to say next is, Mom, if you're listening, where the hell is my Jack Lemmon? That's
your mom's listening.
She's listening. Especially I feel like to this episode. Dave Foley was in 4 episodes of the revival.
Why do I know that name?
The Wrong Guy.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I love him.
Dave Foley. Like,
That's the best.
He was,
it's
Dave
too bad
Foley
you watched
was
that, because now we can't review it on
In Living Color? Is that?
Yeah. No.
Kids in the Hall.
Kids in the Hall.
Kids in the Hall.
Yeah.
There were so many
Canadian
1990s.
comedy. Yeah.
Whitest Kid You Know, In Living Color, Second City. Like, they were all trying to be SNL.
Yeah. SCTV.
Yeah. So anyways, my initial impression. This is a spectacular movie. Is it fast-paced, and does it flow the way that we would expect a film to flow today? Well, no. It came out in 1968, though. And there is a lot of films from this era, from 1968, or the 60s, even getting into the 70s, that are considered iconic, classic, the greats, that are boring as shit, right? That maybe star incredible people and they did really well at the box office and it's a big deal movie for, whatever reason. But when you watch it, you're like, it's not
pacing
holding
and
my
writing were
attention,
very
though.
different back then.
Yeah. But there's a lot of those films you watch and you go, I don't know. Like, here's an example. Pete had me watch years ago for the podcast. He had me watch Vertigo, the Alfred Hitchcock,
right?
Jimmy Stewart film.
Yeah.
And it's fun, but large portions of that film don't hold my attention.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this falls quite into that category. Is this a Sound of Music that came out the year prior? No. Right? It isn't that. But it is leaps and bounds ahead of a lot of the films.
Max.
No.
Have you seen the original Mad Max?
Yeah.
Like, that thing's got, I don't know. It feels like again, different time, different movies were made.
Mad Max, we're talking about the 80s.
Different pacing and different writing.
Yeah.
But like, even that film, it feels like the pacing was bad.
Yeah.
For watching a car drive across the outback for 15 minutes before you move on to the next scene.
And this is an hour and 45, so it's not short.
No.
It's not 90 minutes.
Yeah.
But so my initial impression is, I think this is great. I think they're two iconic characters, two great character types that are thrust into a situation together with two actors who maybe have the greatest chemistry of two actors ever.
Yeah.
Right up there with, like, maybe if you were to create a Hall of Fame, it's like Jack Lemmon, Walter Matthau, Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, Abbott and Costello, right? Because they were, and I would have to reach to figure out who else you would put in that. So I think I think it's an incredible film, and I'm excited to talk about it. I was very excited to show it to you.
Yeah.
I was excited to see you say you hadn't seen it, because to me this is that quintessential. I'm not surprised per se that you hadn't seen it. It's 1968, right?
Yeah.
Came out 2 decades before you were born. A little less.
Yeah.
84?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Nailed it.
Yeah. I'm going to have to figure out, in like 3 years' time, I'm going to have to figure out, because once you're Like I care about clean audio and making the podcast sound good. And once you're on oxygen, it's a challenge. It's going to be a challenge. No, so I wasn't necessarily surprised that you hadn't seen it, but it is kind of one of those, for me, in a conversation, I would have naturally gone, oh, you haven't seen The Odd Couple? Right? And so it just feels right. What are your initial impressions of it?
So I've seen these gentlemen on screen together a number of times. And so realizing what we were watching, I was, this will be fun.
You're like,
this
okay.
will be good. Yeah. This will
and
be
young.
good.
Had you seen them this young?
No.
No.
Yeah. Is this their first time on screen together?
I don't think so. I will find the answer to that while you're...
I feel like that'll be important to what comes later. Yeah, it was good. It was fun. I didn't have any like bust my gut laughing moments, but I enjoyed it almost the entire way through, and I did have some good chuckle laughs, and it was a lot of fun.
So this is their second film.
Okay, what was their first?
2 years prior, and I knew this. 2 years prior, they were in a movie together called The Fortune Cookie.
Okay, is that like a Freaky Friday kind of film? One of the Freaky Friday films, it uses a fortune cookie.
I will add it to the list.
Have you seen it?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. You probably haven't seen Out to Sea either, have you?
I don't know. That sounds familiar.
So it came out between Grumpy Old Men. No, it came out just after Grumpier Old Man. It was the second last film. So here's the thing. The Odd Couple 2, which we will watch the next time I'm in the seat of power, was their last film together. Yeah,
see, I know I've seen a number of their films where they've starred together in this kind of comedic duo fashion. And as I said at this top, I know I've seen the Grumpier Men series.
Grumpy Old Men, yeah.
This one I would say
probably,
maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
I think maybes count as no's in this series.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, so you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
For the most part.
Can we talk about the Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, shoot.
So the audience score
4
is an 89.
Ooh. That means that the reviewer's score is a 4.
The critic score is a 98.
Woo!
No, that's huge.
People like this film.
Almost
everybody
100% for this film. I just think they're a match made in heaven. Like they just, Jack Lemmon has his quirks, has his personality traits, right, in the way that he delivers his lines. And I love Jack Lemmon. I would be hard pressed to pick a favorite between the two of them.
Yeah.
And I think it changes from film to film, right? Like I think in the Grumpy Old Men films, I like Jack Lemmon's character more, John Gustafson. But there is something to Walter Matthau. There's something to his kind of like sarcastic,
dry, witty,
like, when he's trying to get them, when Felix at the beginning of the film, Felix is at the door knocking and they're debating what to do. And Felix is still out there in the hallway knocking, and Oscar's like, while we're talking about it, he's probably hung himself in the hallway by now. Answer the door, right? And he's just got this like goofy kind of presentation that he gives, and I think it's iconic and genius. Yeah, Yeah. And I mean, both men served in World War II, so there's that. Right. They're
vets.
They're both vets.
Yeah.
Listen, I've seen this film several times, or I've named my cats after them.
Yeah,
I will be doing a medial task throughout the day.
You're giving this film a 10.
Well, not necessarily. I'll be doing a medial task throughout the day, completely unreal. I'll just be like cutting the grass, and all of a sudden in my head, I'm like, do 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 do.
He doesn't have grass people.
Bum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba do 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 do. Right, like, yeah. So talk to me about your experience. Talk to me about what you thought, because I love the music, I love the actors, I love the story.
Yeah. So I like the little quippy one-liners. I really enjoyed the play of like this very neurotic, clean freak, knows how to do everything home-wise so well, and like narcissistically,
and that's what's driven his wife away.
That it drives everybody away that he lives with. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum,
he's the perfect man.
They set it up so well because, I mean, the whole 90% of the film takes place in his apartment, but our other character is a slob, and our first scene in the apartment.
The apartment's a wreck.
The apartment is disgusting. The fridge is broke. He's offering his friends sandwiches. You want green or brown? Well, what's on the green? Well, it's either this old thing or this old thing.
Either really new cheese or really old meat.
Yeah. So, yeah, like they set it up really well, and then it plays out throughout the whole film really well. And,
Oscar's a man whore.
Yeah.
Felix is a devoted. He really is. He's the perfect husband. But
he's too much of the perfect husband.
But that's ruined his marriage.
Yeah.
Right?
He's not the perfect husband.
No, but he's
the perfect husband and wife combined into one.
He is what like I feel like a lot of wives would tell you they would, like, on paper.
Like the one line, like, I would recook my wife's meals because I'm a better cook.
There's that.
And it's like, well, no wonder she's leaving you. Like, who does that?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the neurotic hypochondriac side of him, right? He wouldn't let her use the AC in the winter or in the summer because he was worried about catching a flu.
Yeah.
From the cold.
They played that up really well.
Yeah.
And the actors themselves are perfect for those roles.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just, I don't know. I enjoyed the film. I will say,
careful.
And this is
tread softly.
This is more a product of the time, and and me being a product of a different time, that it felt like it started slow, and there was one point near the, I would say, beginning of third act, end of second act, where I was like looking at my phone. I was like, I should check my phone. I was like, what am I doing? Watch the film. Right. So there was one point where, and it was right around the time, I kind of made a mental note. It was right around the time when they were like getting on each other's nerves before things exploded, and they kind of let things air out in the bedroom.
Right.
Right. So it makes me wonder, okay. And again, I think that's a pacing thing, where, like, I'm conditioned to Marvel
modern
fast-paced action and fast-paced comedy, and just move things along super quick. So, I mean, I don't think it hinders the film, but it's just something I noticed in myself watching the film.
So started as a Broadway production.
Which, when you brought that up early in the film, like within the first 10 minutes of the film, it hit me like, oh yeah, I could see that. Like, the first scene in the apartment almost feels like it was
like a
ripped
play
from the stage, because the camera never moves.
So they kept
the camera stays same. Like at other points in the movie, the camera is kind of placed in different spots in the room, but for that whole scene, the camera is always same spot in the room.
Yeah. So most of the script is lifted almost directly from the Broadway production. Now, obviously, the sets are expanded a little bit with, them walking down the street to get ice cream and all that, whereas all of the play would take place in that apartment.
Yeah.
Interestingly, so for the film, there were some other casting considerations. So for the Broadway production, it was Art Carney as Felix and Walter Matthau as Oscar. At one point, Frank Sinatra was considered for Felix, and Jackie Gleason was considered for Oscar. Dick Van Dyke was considered for Felix. And Tony Randall was also considered for Felix. And Mickey Rooney, you know Mickey Rooney?
That name clicks, yeah.
Was considered for Oscar, but ultimately, obviously, they landed on who we ended up with. It's also interesting to me, so the debut for this film, and this is just a sign of the past, things that we don't do anymore. Right now, films get their big premiere at the Chinese Theater in LA, or they get big premieres, wherever else. Massive red carpets. Ooh, you okay?
I'll live.
You feeling good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just you just clear your sinuses. Flint. Flint. That's not creating any pressure. I don't know what you're doing. You're just gonna end up vomiting. Oh God. It's times like these that I wish I didn't have your audio beamed directly into my headphones. The premiere for this film was at Radio City Music Hall. Shut up. I'm going to mute your mic. The premiere for the film was at Radio City Music Hall.
Okay.
Have you been there?
I mean...
In New York?
I don't... What? No,
is that...
I don't know.
When you went with Aaron and Emily Mater to that conference in New York, where was it? Where was the conference?
It was in New York.
Yeah, but where in New York?
I don't know.
You don't know the venue?
Eh.
Was it Madison Square Garden?
Maybe. I don't know.
Or was it a really old theater where they hold the Oscars and stuff?
Now that you're kind of jogging memories, it wasn't at the fancy hall that you're talking about.
I think the year you went, it had been moved to Madison Square Garden.
Ours was at some kind of stadium.
An arena. Yeah. Okay.
But I remember them saying that they had been to a conference at probably that
Radio City Music Hall,
because we went on we spent one of our days just touring New York.
Yeah.
We paid for this bus tour thing, and we were like, this is a good deal just to get around the city easily.
Yeah. Yeah, just for transportation.
We don't have to worry about buying a taxi. We don't have to take the subway. We don't have to pay for other buses and worry about catching the wrong bus. We hop on here. We know that the bus comes around again. We hop off, and you
know what, though, when you're dealing with New York, and I haven't done it because we just walked around on foot when we went to New York, but there's as much as here in Canada, you may have ridden a subway, there's something about the New York subway, right? To see rats the size of...
Okay.
No, that doesn't interest you at all, the New York subway system?
Why would I care about the New York subway system?
Haven't you seen Ghostbusters 2?
Yes.
It's a river of slime.
That's not a real thing.
You don't know that.
Have you been on the subway in New York?
I've never been in the old pneumatic transit system, which...
below the
current subway.
Current subway.
Yeah. And the old pneumatic transit system was a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it probably still is.
Well, they don't use it anymore, but the stations are still there.
Yeah, I've seen YouTube videos of what do they call it? Urban explorers.
Yeah,
where it's they like find old
where
subway stations and abandoned.
You'll be in and in some cases in New York, it's like, okay, this entrance to this old subway station or this old pneumatic transit system that's not in use anymore. None of these lines are in use. The entrance is still there. Like the archway and concrete entrance to that subway station is still there on the ground floor of, you know, whatever this bank building or office building or whatever it is there, but the door's like bricked in. And it's like, that stuff is cool to me. It's like this covered up history. Anyways, what the hell are we talking about? The Odd Couple.
Yeah.
What? So
you were talking about where it premiered.
So there was a dry spot for you. There was a spot where
it kind of felt like it took a bit to get sucked in.
Yeah.
Like I understood, like essentially it took till the first poker scene to get okay, right. Now I'm feeling pulled in.
You weren't into Felix trying to kill himself.
Felix trying to kill himself, it hit pretty quick. And I was like, oh, okay.
This is not what I expected at the start of a comedy.
Yeah, the hotel scene worked for me. But I was just like, okay.
But there's
I'm getting
little
a sense
hints.
where this guy is. And then like he's blowing out his back. And it's like, okay, there's some humor here.
He's about to kill himself, but he's so neurotic that in the process of killing himself, he is taking off his watch. He is taking his wallet out. He is putting it in a nice envelope.
Yeah.
So that, like, even in death, he doesn't want to
have clutter,
be an inconvenience or have clutter. He wants everything to be organized and prepared and sorted.
But, like, I think after that, he, like, walks around and looks at water and I get kind of that. And it also works because the credits are at the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
Right? You can't dive right into the content at the beginning. Either you show the credits with a black screen, or you do what this film, or back then anyway, or you show the credits
opening credits
in fun, goofy letters because it's a comedy with some kind of contextual hinting as to what's going to be happening in the film, or some foreshadowing or some world building or character building to let you know who people are, what's going on in their lives. And this chose that kind of that latter because
right,
and so it does work that way for that purpose. But I would say like the film doesn't truly start till the credits are over anyway.
Sure,
right. So I got pulled into the film when I'm supposed to really be pulled into the film, as the film really kind of intends. So I don't like, I'm not demoting Marks for that. And then, the dry spell, again, I feel like it's hard to kind of knock I'm not knocking the film for it. It's just something I noticed in myself watching this older film when films were made with more intentionally slow pacing.
Right.
Right. And even though I kind of pulled myself out because I was feeling like, okay, this is kind of dragging. What's going on Facebook, right? I didn't end up pulling my phone out because the film quickly kind of pulled me back in.
Right.
It's fun. It's a really fun film.
Yeah. Yeah. Great theme song.
Yeah.
Right. Just catchy, like do 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 do, like light and just iconic.
Yeah. It's got a very it feels like it's from the 70s, but it doesn't age.
It doesn't age.
If it ages like a fine wine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite character out of the two?
I always like Walter in these films.
Yeah. Yeah. That's sort of your...
He is... Even in films where he's not teamed up with his good buddy, Jack, I always... He always kind of steals the show for me. Like Dennis the Menace. He's like, oh man, he's perfect.
As Mr. Wilson?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie IQ?
IQ.
It's like a Meg Ryan film. Walter Matthau's in it. He plays Albert Einstein. I feel like that would pop out to you mentally.
I don't know.
Okay. It's Meg Ryan and that other guy.
Oh yeah,
the guy from like Shawshank.
This. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of connect with the characters he plays more than I do.
Yeah. And they also do a good job of like the film opens. Not only do you have a movie where it's centering around. It's a really funny movie, but the synopsis of the film is this guy and his wife split up, and so he tries to kill himself.
He wants to kill himself.
But when he doesn't succeed, he ends up moving in with his friend so his friend can keep an eye on him. And it's like, hats off to, like, it's not a funny... If I came to you and I pitched to you, I said, hey, I have an idea for a comedy of a guy whose marriage is ending and so he wants to kill himself and he has to move in with his friend, but they're just different personalities. Yeah. It's not...
Where's that funny?
It's not as immediately funny as if I were to come to you and say, hey, I have a pitch for a comedy of, two guys who decide that they are going to go into business together running a hot dog stand called Wieners Are Us. Right? Do you know what I mean? Like, the funny isn't in the pitch.
The pitch, I don't think even the pitch is... this guy wants to kill himself, right? Like, that's never part of the pitch. The pitch is these two guys and these two best friends end up living together, and one's a neurotic clean freak and the other one's a slob. Yes. That's the pitch.
For sure.
The suicide divorce thing is really just a setup for the gag. It's you need a reason to have them living together, and that's the reason.
Right. But still, to be able to include those things.
Oh, yeah. It's a heavy theme. And there was a point during that kind of intro where he's trying to kill himself where I'm like, this is really dark.
It's like, is this not the movie I thought it is?
well, like, I knew it was a comedy, and they threw some comedic things in there with like him struggling with the ring, and he opens the window and he throws his back out, and I'm just like, I feel like I shouldn't be laughing.
Is this a dark comedy? Like,
he's trying to kill himself. I shouldn't be laughing at this.
Yeah.
This isn't. Yeah. But yeah, it is funny.
I also
the
other thing that I think they do really well is that you have a poker table of what are essentially like don't need to be any more than generic characters, right? Like they're just there as filler and to establish that there's a poker night and this is, however, each one of those characters at that poker table also have their own unique and instantly recognizable character traits.
Yeah.
Personalities.
Yeah.
Like they're all their own characters as well.
Yeah.
Which is really, really impressive to me and is a nice touch that they're not just forgettable generic poker buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fun. Watching this movie, like I have a love for acting and theater and stage productions and watching this movie always just makes me go, I want to be in a stage performance of this because I think it'd be fun. I think it like obviously it's an understatement or it goes without saying that this would lend itself well to stage because that's its genesis, right? That is what this is. But yeah, man, I want to be in a stage production of this. Question for you. Now, you're not like an actor. I've convinced you to act in the past.
Yeah, for some of your YouTube-y stuff.
Quasi well. If a gun was to your head and you had to be in a stage production of this, as one of the main characters. And I want you to really, really think about this for a second. Which character would you want to play out of the main two?
Walter's character.
Yeah? And why?
I feel like it'd be easier.
And I was afraid that's what you would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is easier.
I wouldn't have to think it. Like, I feel like playing that heavy kind of super neurotic, yeah, like, what's the word for a clean freak?
He's OCD. He's
like that. Yeah, I guess OCD, neurotic, clean freak.
Hypochondriac.
That's the word.
Well, that's just that he always thinks he's sick or he's going to get sick or something's
he's worried.
Always wrong.
He's always worried.
Yeah.
Right?
He's a basket
There's a lot
case.
of thought in it. Like, you got to be...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You always got to be kind of on your toes and making sure you're kind of... Where Walter's character is like,
Yeah.
Whatever. Throw the cup. Why didn't you throw the cup? Just throw the cup.
Yeah.
Like,
misogynistic, womanizing.
I would have
slob.
trouble with like that side of it. Playing that side.
Just
of
on
the
stage,
character.
though?
Yeah.
Like to call a woman a pussycat and...
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm a gentleman.
But it's acting.
Yeah,
it's stage.
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
So you're a bad actor.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as an actor, you can't...
You know I'm a bad actor.
I was trying not to. Yeah. I think I would tend to agree with you. If I had to be in a stage production of it tomorrow, I think I would want to play Oscar. But for an opposite reason as you. Like, I'm not a neurotic clean freak, but I can see more of me in Felix than I feel like you can. And so to play the role of a misogynistic, womanizing slob who is, who just wants sort of chaos and disorder, to me,
or is even just comfortable with it,
is comfortable with it. To me, that feels like a stretch, right? And so I choose that one because I don't think it would come as easily. And so
you
to
relish
me,
the challenge.
well, yeah, I mean, if someone was like, hey, we're doing a play, we're looking for someone who is a DJ that has a podcast and, makes YouTube videos. Are you interested? And I would go,
I'm not acting.
you just want me to read lines. You just want me to deliver lines. Like, you just want me. I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to say about this film? 98%.
It's good
on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't have anything else to say.
I am curious. So the film was made on 1968 money, but it was made with a $1.2 million budget, which is not hard to believe. Like, even for the day, it was probably a pretty low budget. I mean, yeah, you've got Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau in it, but you've got 1968 Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, so they're not as widely renowned as they are now, or were prior to their passing. And you have limited sets, right? Like, everything all kind of takes place in one. There's no action shots. There's no explosions.
And they got a couple street shots and one restaurant.
So, and we've talked about this. We've talked about this in the past where we're like, if you want to understand the budget of a film, and this isn't across the board accurate, but essentially what you need to do is you need to take the budget and you need to double it, right? Because typically just as much money goes into marketing. And again, it's not a foolproof method. But let's say in order to break even on this film, they needed to make about $2.4 million at the box office in 1968. They made $44.5 million. This was a very successul film financially for them.
Is that at the box office or is that like gross?
That's the box office.
Yeah, okay.
And let's look at 44 point, what did I say? 5? 8? 44.5. $44.5 million in 1968. Let's check out some inflation here. $44.5. So this film, for a comedy, keep in mind, comedies don't make near as much as action films and stuff like that do, right? Like, if a comedy film makes $300 million at the box office, even today, it's happy. That's a comedy films typically don't have big budgets. They don't need to make near as much. They don't typically make near as much. In today's money, this film made $402 million, just under $500 million. That's big. Mm-hmm. That's a really big deal.
Yeah. Really
big deal. So kudos. Hats off to this film. Mm-hmm. Are you ready to rank this?
Do it.
Okay. I go first?
You do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will never understand.
You pick, you go first.
Okay.
It's that simple.
Remind me again next week.
Okay.
On a scale of 0 to 10, I'm going to give this a 9.5. I think it's iconic.
Cranking it way up there.
I think it's iconic.
Trying to pad your numbers.
I think it's got nothing to do with that. I think it's iconic. I think it's wonderful. I think it's the perfect casting, perfect chemistry. And I even like the way that the film ends. There's no, it doesn't end with, and then they figured out how to get along and they lived together happily ever. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for these two to be together.
No.
That is the moral.
It works for them to be friends.
Yes.
But not to live together. Because they're still friends in the end.
Yeah.
And it's fun to see kind of the character growth right at the very end. Right? Like, at the very end, Jack's character's like, you tell my wife that I don't want to talk to her. And
yeah.
I'm going to hang out with these two beautiful ladies.
Yeah.
And Walter's character at the end's like, at the very end, you don't see any character growth from him either till the very end. But as he's like, use an ashtray. What do you want, slob?
Yeah, there's a little bit of like, because he misses Oscar a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like he respects.
Or Mrs. Felix a little bit.
He respects the effort he put in to make his place nice, and he's kind of brought him around to the idea that you don't have to live like a slob just because you're living as a single bachelor.
Yeah. Yeah. So I give it a 9.5, which for the record is the highest film that I've given one of the films that I've selected.
Right.
It's higher than a film. It's higher than a score that I've given a film that you've selected. It's higher than you've given a film in this series so far. 9.5 is our
selected, yeah.
Yes. So 9.5
I've given a film is a 9.
Is a 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've done that twice.
But what's really interesting here, looking at this before I score, is my overall score for my movies is 7.6. Yours is 7.1. So I still like my movies.
Yeah, so mine
like your
mine
movies.
just bumped up. Well, and I think you'll see mine change drastically now that we're
out of the Conjuring
done that
universe.
Conjuring series.
Yeah. 'Cause there were some flops there.
There are some flops in there.
Yeah.
I gave one of those films a 3.
Yeah. That
Right?
hurt your score.
So my score for my films, my average went from a 6.8 up to a 7.1.
Yeah.
Due to my scoring.
Yeah.
And objectively, without without factoring in how it's going to impact your score, which we're currently tied.
Yeah.
I like your films at a 6.2. You like my films at a 6.2.
Well, I mean, yours is going to change regardless.
Unfairly. Well, unless you score perfectly. Well, no, because that would bring mine down. That's how averages work. I don't know what the number is, but
currently I'm 6.9 with mine. We're 6.6.
I don't know what the magic number is, but there is a magic number that you could give mine that would not change the. I guess a 6 would maybe not change it, or a 6.2 would not change it. Yeah. But what give you this film?
So right away in my head, I was thinking like, it's like an 8. I didn't bust a gut laughing. It's not the funniest film comedy I ever seen.
No.
But it was entertaining pretty much the whole way through. But I feel like an 8 is too low because I gave Conjuring 2 an 8.
Okay.
So I'll give it a little bump to 8.5.
8.5. Ooh.
I feel like it's got to beat out Conjuring.
Hang on a sec. I screwed everything up.
I'll get it.
I screwed up the algorithm.
Oh, what'd you do? Okay. Wait, just undo it. Hit the undo button.
I did. I undid.
Keep going.
I did. I screwed everything up. You'll have to fix that.
Oh, Brady.
Anyways, your score for my films went from a 6.2 up to a 6.4.
I can fix this. Hang on. I know how to fix this. Copy that.
Carl's got to do some Excel.
I'm doing it on my phone, so it's a little more tricky.
Some Excel magic. You could do it on my laptop.
No. Turn those D's into C's, just like in high school. Now they're all errors. What the hell? What's going on?
He'll figure it out.
That bracket's the wrong way.
What happened was, does it?
Yeah, that bracket.
Help you to tell you what I did?
No, I got this. I got this. Hang on. That 9 needs to be a 10 now. Boop. And then
careful, don't break any of our numbers.
Get rid of that bracket, and then that 9 needs to be a 10 now.
Doesn't help that the internet just crashed.
And then I gotta put 8.5 back in there. Boop. There we go.
I don't think what you're doing is going to take because there's.
Oh, it took on my phone.
No internet.
Can I see it? Boop.
7.1.
So my new average is 6.4 for your films.
Why is it? All right, maybe I have to leave.
And your new overall average for all your films is, drum roll please, mine is 6.9.
I already revealed it.
Your films are 6.8.
Yeah, it's still not. It's still not fixed on mine.
Refresh it.
I did. I left the page and came back.
Well, it's fixed on my.
Yeah. Okay. What'd you watch this week?
What did I watch this week? I didn't watch any One Piece. I'm a little bummed about it.
Wow.
Or did I watch One Piece? I did watch One Piece. I did fold laundry this week. I watched.
Oh boy.
Watch One Piece when I fold laundry.
And you're allowed to keep sleeping in the bed now?
Yeah. And we got 2 films in. We didn't get a family movie night. So
no.
So there's no like kiddie movie.
Oh.
But that's all right. But I watched a film with my wife. She picked it.
My wife?
Film picked based on a book she had read some time ago.
Twilight.
Pretty close. It was like one of those like what do they call them? Tween trilogies.
Okay.
What do you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't call them tween trilogy. What do they call them? Like Twilight, Hunger Games.
Yeah.
There's a name for that style of
teen
writing
fantasy.
Yeah, but it's like a post-apocalyptic thing. It was called Uglies. It's new on Netflix.
Okay.
and it was pretty. It was all right. It was okay.
You're not jumping up and down about it.
I'm not jumping up and down about it. It's like post-apocalyptic kind of future, and a group in society, some group was able to like isolate themselves and find some kind of miracle cure. And in this society, the cure is when you turn 16, you get this procedure, and it makes you beautiful. And everybody over the age of 16 is beautiful. But something else changes about them. You find out as the film goes on, and there's a resistance that's fighting against this procedure and these people and this system. And yeah, and it's part of a trilogy. So the film doesn't end with a lot of resolution. But it was okay. Like, the story was all right. It was kind of what you would expect from this style of story. Some of the future tech that they come up with for it was pretty neat.
Right.
Like, one of the really cool things was they had like these surf skateboards that were kind of hovered, but they worked on like this magnetic lift system, and they kind of get into it a little bit about how it works, and it's pretty neat. And yeah, so it was fun. It wasn't horrible. But then what I did end up watching on my own, which I really enjoyed, was I ended up watching Boy Kills World.
That seems like a weird parody copyright ripoff of the greatest television show of all time.
It's not a ripoff at all. It's an action kind of, we'll say kung fu. There's a lot of like hand-to-hand fighting in it.
Right.
It stars a Skarsgård.
Okay.
Bill, I think.
Bill. Okay.
And yeah, it's really, if you're looking for a fun action film, that's pretty much what this is. It stars the main character is a mute deaf person who's like,
okay,
trains to become an assassin to kill the person who kills his parents, who's like the leader of this dystopian world or city.
Right.
And he has like all this inner monologue that you hear with this like like deep grainy voice like this. I'm going to kill you, kind of like that. And it's like there's a lot of comedy throughout it, where they kind of like get into like how he picked this voice for his inner monologue.
Oh, okay.
and like there's this one character he meets, and he can't read their lips. So like what he's reading doesn't make any sense. The characters, so the character is the actor, when they speak, is speaking gibberish.
Right.
And it's hilarious. So there's just some really fun levity in this like really kind of gruesome action film, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
It sounds up your alley.
It was great. Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I don't want to.
You should watch it. It's fun.
All right.
What did you watch?
More House. Still watching House.
Oh, yeah.
Nearing the end of the 5th season.
I think hearing you talk about House,
it's making you want to watch House.
No, it somehow got it into like some of my algorithms.
Oh, really?
Like, it's like clips of House are like showing up in my like feeds on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram Reels, and
that's funny. And because my mom was all back to good health, we watched the second Lord of the Rings film, The Two Towers.
Yeah.
She's so into it.
Yeah.
Like, she's really into it. Like, so Brienne came home earlier tonight from work with, I guess, a coworker had her husband really like spicy stuff and had grown some stuff and made a spicy seasoning.
Right.
Something, right? Came home with a jar of spicy stuff.
Sure.
And Brienne took a picture of it and sent it to my mom, or like sent out a Snapchat, something, I don't know. And my mom's unsolicited response was, that looks like something that would come from the Shire. Mm-hmm. Like she's in it, right? And so that to me is fun, especially because we are nearing the final.
Yeah, so you got one more film.
We got one more, and it's the big one, right? Yeah. It's the one that ends it all. Return of the King. So I'm excited for that.
So like you're watching like the extended cuts.
Oh yeah,
right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, because my thought behind it was like, look, because there was a lot of humming and hawing and back and forth on like, what order do I show them to her in, and do I do extended versus theatrical? And I mean, the humming and hawing was more about the order. I always knew in my heart that I was going to show her the extended because my thought was, well, she's probably not going to watch them again.
Right. This is your shot.
This is my shot. So I just want to show you everything there is.
Yeah.
And then you either like it or you don't. And she seems to like it a lot. And so that's fun. And it also gets me a little excited and maybe somewhat opens her mind up to, like, I think she knows that what's coming next once we finish Lord of the Rings is Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
And
wait, how much of Star Wars hasn't she seen?
She has seen the original trilogy.
Okay.
And that's it.
So there's two other
trilogies.
Technically one other trilogy she hasn't seen.
No, technically there's
No. There's just the one.
Officially there's two other trilogies she hasn't seen.
No, that one's fan fiction.
And so what's really funny about that is that like that is the most hypocritical and ignorant statement possible, because it is your fan fiction that there isn't a third trilogy. Like it or dislike it. I'm not giving an opinion on that. I'm not weighing in on whether it's good or not. But what I'm saying is objectively there is a third trilogy.
No.
So we'll probably watch that. No. And then I haven't decided, like, we're not going to watch any of the shows.
You'd be forever if you watched the shows too. Because you'd have to watch Clone Wars.
Nah, we probably wouldn't watch. Well, and see, here's the thing. Of the shows...
You can't watch Ahsoka without watching Clone Wars.
Of the shows, yeah. And see, I wouldn't show her Ahsoka. I'm definitely not going to show her Mandalorian, because that's going to have
you watch
zero...
Mandalorian, you got to watch Ahsoka.
Well, and it's going to have zero interest to her. Andor probably doesn't really interest her. Do you know, like...
Yeah,
some of the stuff that's in those shows really appeal to the sweaties, and she's not, like, as much as I think she'll enjoy it. She's not going to become a sweaty.
She just wants to see the Skywalker saga.
Just show her the Skywalker saga.
Show her the two trilogies,
right? So I think that's the plan. So yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Yeah, Twitter.
X.
All listed
down.
You know
what? Every time I hear, like, well, not when other people say X, but anytime we're like doing the podcast and you're like, check out our X. You didn't watch wrestling, but like, there's a wrestler named Triple H and a wrestler named Shawn Michaels, and like they had this thing going on where they were like Generation X or DX, or I can't remember what they were called. I never followed wrestling that much, but they would always like, their thing was like,
that's what you think of? I more think of when I say X. Check out our X, it feels like I'm directing people to look up
your past loves.
You know, like, hey, one time Carl flubbed a relationship on a beach. Find her on Facebook, right? Like, that seems more to me like what we're directing people to do. X. Yeah.
These are our exes.
Check out Patreon, where for a less than a coffee a month, you can support the show. Get
or
some
more
fun
than a
perks.
Coffee a month.
Or
it's
more than
choice.
A coffee a month. Yeah. Yeah. Don't be stingy.
Yeah. Times are hard.
Yeah. Yeah. For us, obviously not you. So give us your money.
Yeah.
And merch.
Yeah.
We got merch.
there's clothing, and there's cups, and there's
Stickers?
pillows, and there's stickers.
And pins? I think there's pins.
There's a hat. There's a few hats.
Yeah.
There's even things for your doggos.
Hat feels like it falls
your
in the
cows.
category of clothes.
If your
Is it hat
cattle-
a cloth? Clothing?
A cap? A chapeau?
Yeah. I mean, an argument could be made that it's an accessory.
A hat or accessory? I feel like this is a debate for the comments.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, we got lots of fun stuff coming. Our Joker Folie à Deux review is not far out.
You're gonna fillet too?
Yep. And next week, Carl and I are going to watch something else. I have no idea what it is.
I don't even know what it is.
Oh,
I haven't figured it out yet.
It's great.
I gotta look at the list.
And there's quite possibly, Carl doesn't know this yet. This is fun. This is a fun little reveal. Carl and I might do another one of our tournament bracket tier Whoozy Whatsits.
For wetties.
I found one that it won't be near as in depth and long and grueling as the greatest invention of all time.
That was fun.
But I have one that literally lists all of the recognizable to quasi-recognizable Marvel characters. And
Like MCU or Marvel Comics?
No, some of them are, I would say most of them, with a couple of exceptions, have shown up, not necessarily in the MCU, but have shown up at some point in film.
Like, is the competition the most recognizable?
No. It'd be like, who
would win
the greatest?
Who would win in a fight?
Well, no, see, because that's tricky, because then you just end up with like, all right, well, it's Galactus.
No, it's not. It's whoever the writer deems will win the fight.
Right, see, yeah.
That's the thing about comics. Like, you could have the most OP character in comics.
I think we just do
but whoever's writing them decides who wins.
I think we just do who's a better character.
Who's a more interesting character?
Yeah. Right? Because then ultimately you have like... Because otherwise, like, Peter Parker dies at the hand of Galactus every time. But Peter Parker is a more interesting character than Galactus. I feel like Galactus gets ruled out relatively early.
Well,
maybe not right away, but...
It depends on how deep you dive into the canon of who he is.
It'll be an interesting episode.
Do we dive into each of the wikis of all these characters when we're pairing them against each other?
It'll be a 12.5 hour episode. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.